not. So my hand's not. Anyone can spot the red arrows.
Unless they'll come in and go round and come that way. You got an on tracker? I was going to say they might come in.
I hear something. Yeah, I can definitely hear that.
Sneaking about the place.
But it's how they're getting ready. Because I think they have to be here at a certain time, because don't they close? I'm not sure if they close traffic to the promenade for a couple of minutes. Since that UK thing, wasn't it? I don't think it had anything to do with here, what it was like. Where are they?
Keep coming behind.
Let's have a little quick, one more look from my tracker. I think they're going to come the airport flight path on Douglas Head. Because the flight path is there, isn't it? Because I don't think they're needing to refuel. Shame that today's thing didn't go, because look at the weather now.
I know, the sunshine. It's been coming out late at night though anyway.
Yeah.
These houses are lovely. I wanted to look at these houses when there was with your dad, because they've got a lovely view. Parking's a nightmare, but it's a nice view.
Yeah, I can't believe that even Douglas Heads have to be closed off because of it all.
Out with a wee duck. These kids have got a great view from their garden.
Yeah, they used to park up at the airport, but I think that was when they used to do the Ramsey one too. So it was here in Ramsey.
There's one here with a child here.
I wonder if the great outdoor seating of the Manx fam will have them all crowded.
She's got the best idea right there, a glass of wine watching it. Not right through them.
So they must be somewhere. Let me know when you can see them, because I don't see them anywhere. Well, they were saying...
Put the radio on.
Yeah.
We've got a download.
They're about to arrive any second now.
There they are.
So your answer is the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobat team. It's the Red Arrows, and we're arriving in our world famous Diamond 9 shape, because this year it's our 60th anniversary. It's our Diamond Display season. So it's a wonderful shape for Red One to arrive in today. Obviously we're trailing our famous red, white and blue. With him pulling up now, that means he's gone for a rolling show. So hopefully we'll see some rolls throughout the show. And then as they come round to the left now, you can see that wonderful shape of our trademark Diamond 9. Because of course this year we're back to our 9 ship, which we haven't been last year and this previous year. So it's great to be back in our 9 ship, and it's great to demonstrate our perfect and trademark
9 ship?
9.
Oh, because there's 9 planes now, isn't there?
There's 9.
For the Red Arrow 60th anniversary commence radio, so you know it's kind of tied in with this nicely.
Yeah, we knew it was coming.
Good man. You know it makes sense.
So they're just coming round to the left now, and they've got into a shape called Big Vixen. And as I said, this year is squadron leader John Bond. He's Red One. He's new for this year. He was in the team for 5 years.
Yeah.
Previously, he's been Red 2.
You're right. Oh, well,
Oh wow, look
Where-
at
where-
that.
2024 as Red
so hard
4.
to
Sorry, 2022 as Red
Ah.
4. He's a
There,
full-time
wow.
pilot. He's also
they would probably been
qualified
down
pilot.
closer where we were last
As I
time.
said, it took a year out before he came back and joined us as Red One this
There
year.
you go,
so
straight up.
it's
They're
great to have him
spiralling
back
up into the
design
sky,
this show,
Duncan.
and it's a great show.
Fabulous, and back to the 9 ship, which we've not seen, as you say, for a few years. We
Look
can
at
hear
that.
some of the announcements in the background. He's talking to the pilots.
Oh,
They're
into
just
clouds.
experiencing a cloud there around about. What height do you reckon that is?
It's probably about 2,500 to 3,000 feet. You'll now start to see Reds 8 and 9 as they slip backwards. And one of the
3,000.
shapes that we brought in for this year was actually in commemoration for the lot of stuff that we've been doing over the last few days. Because obviously we're celebrating the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and therefore one of the shapes to celebrate for that and commemorate that is the shape you see before you now.
Oh, look at that,
which is
Duncan.
Spitfire. In
Oh,
addition to that, this last weekend,
I'll have
we've
to
also
watch this back and
commemorated
see if I
this
can
in
catch
memory
that,
of
'cause I
our
don't
good friend and colleague, squadron leader Mark Long, who unfortunately died in a Spitfire crash 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
The
wow,
Battle
look
of
at
Britain
that.
memorial flight, of course. That cloud, the blue skies up above are definitely opening up, so we're fingers crossed the rolling display is going on.
Hey, above us.
Valley.
That is
So,
fantastic.
yeah, so operating from Valley, it's the nearest place for us. We've been operating from some of the city bases, but of course we've got an RF base there. Firstly, it doesn't cost us anything to operate from there, which is the most important thing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's only a 15-minute hop over to Valley in one of the Hawks. But myself, I'm quite fortunate. I'm using 202 Squadron who are based at Valley, and they brought me over. Very thankful to them to bring me over from RAF Valley tonight in their Duke helicopter.
Oh, so you come by helicopter. Oh, so that's why there was a private helicopter on the tracker.
Make their way rearwards. And again, another iconic anniversary is last November was the 30th anniversary of the final flight of one of the most iconic and historic aircraft in aviation history. And as the team roll out, hopefully you should be able to see the unmistakable shape of Concorde.
Oh, yeah. Where are they?
Disappeared.
Is that, no, I don't
Coming
know.
in from the Onken direction, heading south towards Douglas Head.
There they are.
So you got the stem
Shape of
in the middle
Concorde.
there. You've got Red 1, 6 and 7, and just
Oh,
on the
there they
left-hand side that stem is Red 2. He's new this year. That's still leader Chris McCann. He's a former qualified flying instructor on the Tucano. He was also on 617, the Dan Buster Squadron flying Tornado GR4, and actually he got an Air Force Cross for operations over Iraq and Syria while he was on 617.
Oh gosh,
I'd
that's
say it's his
incredible.
first year
These
in the
guys are
team.
brilliant.
His opposite number on the left-hand
They're
side is
way
Red
over
3,
that way,
Flight 10 Dustin Wales, known as Dusty. First year in the team, former Typhoon pilot, based at various
Typhoon
different
pilot.
squadrons at RAF Congsby. But as they come in from the left, the colour will come on for Phoenix.
There it is, Duncan, look.
It's passing again to the
Oh.
south, across Douglas Bay.
Roger.
You talk about new pilots. How does it work in terms of selecting new team members?
Oh, that's
So all
well.
the pilots they have to have done a frontline tour for starters. They have to have flown a frontline combat aircraft. We all have to have at least about 1,000 to 1,500 fast jet hours before we can even apply to the team. And we have to be assessed above average. Again, these are all the criteria before we can apply. And then we sift, the 30 applicants down to the final 9. Then those 9 come and spend a week with us, either in Croatia or Greece. And they go through sorts of tests. They go through a flying test, a formal interview, a peer review, and that's one of the most important things.
So
We're a
much
very
just get-
close-knit team, and you have to fit into the team. And then that 9 will actually then be selected to the final 3 or 2.
Right, so they've
that we're
all
going
got to go
select
on.
the following year.
They're coming back in from Douglas Head direction again. What are we looking
Yeah,
at?
so here we go. We get formed up. You can see 2 individual rows as they pull up for the chevron roll.
start, go, and
Wow.
They are amazing.
And then again on the front row, all the way over to the left, you've got Red 5. Again, a new pilot for this year. It's Flight Lieutenant George Hobday. Again, a Typhoon pilot. He's based at RAF Coningsby. He flew the 11th Squadron. And again, he's taken over and flown over all sorts of
so
missions
close
over Iraq,
together.
Syria.
I know.
And he's also taken part in the Eastern Europe Baltic Air Policing Patrol in the face of the aggression of Russia.
Oh, so some of them have actually.
In the last couple of days with the
they've got
D-Day
to do that before
commemoration, some fabulous photos of the team with various other aircraft. What's that been
I
like to
think
do?
there's dolphins
It's
playing out
great.
there.
Fortunately, I didn't fly in it this year,
I just
but
caught a sight of
Corporal
something.
Phil Dye, who's out in front, he's filming the display for safety and debriefing purposes. He's the one in the back. He's usually in my aeroplane, but obviously we didn't fly in that one, but he was in the back of Red 8 and 9.
Oh,
And,
there's a guy in the back of them.
It's great to fly alongside our comrades, either that be the Typhoon or the Patrol.
There might be some footage come out later tonight.
Yeah, to let us understand it a bit more. It's
but
nice
most
to have somebody
importantly,
talking
it's
over it
really
with it.
important that we take part in these events to commemorate and pay tribute to all those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. So yeah, it's great to do that and take part in those events. And what we're coming in from the left-hand side now, you'll see 8 and 9 roll. It's one of the most popular manoeuvres that we fly. And as they go around, this is Tornado, and it's a great crowd pleaser. It's full of smoke, it's really dynamic, and 8 and 9 rolling around the rest of the formation.
In terms of G forces, how much will they be pulling this week?
So 8 and 9, the ones that are rolling, will be around about
That way.
4G. A little turn to the left,
there they are,
probably
then.
about 2.5. In the front half,
Look at that, that's brilliant.
Only pulling no more than about 4G, which is still quite a lot.
4G they can pull?
Yeah, 4 times your body weight. Most people are only pulling about 2 on a roller coaster. So they pull about 4G.
4G?
In the second half, the synchro pair can pull up to 7. So it's a lot more dynamic, it's a lot more hard work on the body.
And the pilots are wearing G suits as well, aren't they, to help sort of keep the blood where it should be?
Yeah, all the pilots wear G suits, and that effectively gives you a extra G of protection. That doesn't stop you having to do the anti-G straining maneuver, which is tighten all your muscles, squeeze all the blood into your head, stop it from coming out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
So as they come round to the left now,
They've got the
they'll
4G
back up
stuff.
into their, our world famous.
Isn't that the same lot
Diamond
like
9.
Space
Last
lot have to
opportunity for
use?
anybody to get a shot of the team in the Diamond 9 formation.
Coming
And
through
we're about
Marine
to-
Drive, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to finish the first half. As we go into the second half, that's when you're going to see the more dynamic. It's the fast opposition passes, the more jaw-dropping stuff. But as Bondi brings them around from the right, he'll bring it curved around to the right, and then we'll go into the second half of the manoeuvre, which hasn't been seen for 20 years. Hasn't been seen since 2003. So this, as they split, it'll be called the 5-4 split, and then we'll split into the 2 second half sections of the team.
Watching for that to happen.
So now you'll see we'll split into 2 sections.
Yeah,
we have,
split into
off to the right we have Reds 1
What
through
the-
5. They're now known as Enid, and you'll hear that on the radio. They're named Enid after Enid Blyton's famous 5 from the children's books. And on the left we have Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. They're known as Hannah, named after squad leader Ray Hannah, who was one of the first members of the team back in the 60s. He's also the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years.
So you've
He
got
also
one,
took
two,
the
you've
team
got
from
5
a
there.
7 to a 9, and he also
4 somewhere else, which up here.
formed our trademark Diamond 9. So coming in from the right, you got Enid. Coming in from the left, you got Hannah for the 5-4 cross.
Oh, Duncan, look.
That's wow. Oh,
They're fabulous, aren't they?
So Enid on your left-hand side now, they'll remain in the
That's
display
Enid.
area. And,
Enid.
one of
They're
the things we
Enid.
talked about is our 60th anniversary. The Red Arrows were formed in 1964. Our first display was in 1965. We were actually formed from 3 different teams. We had the Red Pelicans, the Black Arrows and the Yellow Jacks. We took the red from the Red Pelicans, the arrows from the Black Arrows, and we took the aircraft from the Yellow Jacks. So tribute to
that's tell me all about it.
aircraft,
That's
our
actually
first aircraft that we flew. You'll have Enid now formed up, the smoke will come on. This is Nat.
Nat, yeah, which
There
was
we
the
go.
aircraft that preceded the Hawk, yeah.
Yeah, and we flew the Nat right the way up until 1979, 1980. 1980, the team actually took over the Hawk T1, which is what the aircraft we fly now. And the Hawk is actually 50 years old this year. So at RIAT we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Hawk with a multi-Hawk fly past as well.
Hawk still plays a huge part in training. It's the upgraded version, the Hawk T2 now, but it's still a hugely significant aircraft. Isn't
They've
it?
not upgraded
no,
these.
pretty much
No,
everyone
it's
in the
absolutely
modern Air Force
brilliant.
these days, a fast jet pilot has trained on the Hawk, whether that be the Hawk T1 or the T2, and I learned on the T1, but I also instructed on the T2 at Valley. So look towards the front, insert the smoke, you'll see 8 and 9 roll, and then synchro roll, and then they'll go for the Hannah break to start the second half.
Right, here they
A little
come.
bit off. 7.
God, they're there.
And
Oh, look, the split at the front there. Wow. Look at the speed
Oh.
of that. Flipping
Nice
it.
cheer. From front. So
I only
you
see it when the red thing
Tom
comes
giving
in for
instruction
me.
there, Hannah, go. What point do the pilots make their move?
That's actually red 6. Good
Oh,
one.
red 6, okay, yep.
So red 6 controls the back section. So now you've got red 7 and 8 on the left, red 6 and 9 off the right, and they're controlled by red 6, who's the synchro leader.
they're there.
Stu Roberts. He's the
You might not
final
be able to
year
see
in the
them.
team.
They are quite in the
And when he
distance.
says Hannah go, they'll kind of like say Hannah go.
See
pull,
the
roll,
red
and then
smoke?
break. So it's all
Yeah,
okay,
they're over that
everything's
way.
very well
But they are, they're
controlled.
coming down. They're
So
coming
we'll dive
forward this
down
side.
to now approximately about 100 feet over the sea.
Oh,
Obviously,
look
you
at
have to be
this.
by the rules 230 metres off the headlands. That's why the display is so far out to sea, but it's actually pretty good. And they're now heading towards each other at about 800 miles per hour closing speed.
800 miles an
They'll
hour
pass
closing
within
speed.
about
Look at that.
30
Oh,
metres of each other as they do the Hannah pass. And you see 6 and 7 staying flat and 8 and 9 doing a roll.
Yeah, 8 and 9's on the roll. Fabulous.
Heading out again towards the two headlands, Lincoln and Douglas Head.
Yeah, so now you've got 6 on the left, 7 on the right. Red 7 is still leader Tom Hansford. He's in his second year in the team. Former Typhoon pilot, former qualified weapons instructor. They turn in
Look
hard
at
back
that.
towards the centre display before rolling back to each other in a
Watch
manoeuvre
this.
called Cyclone.
Oh my God, look at that. They just
Closing
missed
speed
each
around
other.
800.
About 800 miles per hour. Yeah, they're about.
800 miles an hour they're
And
doing.
you can see that off to the left over the headland there, you've got red
There's
9.
one
He'll be
coming in
back
over that
into
way.
the display area. And off to the right hand side, just over the harbour area, you can see the lights in the distance of Enid. So here smoke will come on, he'll get into an inverted D, V, red 9 will come in from the left.
Oh, there they
He'll line
are.
himself up for the goose, and he'll go right through the middle of that formation.
Get the cameras ready for this one.
Look at that, Duncan. He's going to turn and he's going to go right through the middle of it.
power up. Little bit right. Ah.
So red 9 climbing up there, that's flat 10 patch engine aeroplane. And so it's a hard task, but we go by Scotland, Iceland and Greenland before we get to Scotland, before we get to Canada. So we pull up directly in front, you've got red 6 and 7.
Yes.
This is definitely one to get your cameras ready. The smoke goes on and then they part and they'll draw a wonderful heart over the Bay of
Oh,
Douglas.
look at, there it is, look.
Bright red heart against the white cloud.
I can see it a little bit.
Yeah, and actually, one of my jobs is to give them the colour of the heart. So on a day like today, I'll say red heart, and on a bright blue day, I'll say white heart. And then coming in from the top right hand side,
Oh,
you have
right,
red
so
8
depending
spear in
on what the
heart.
colour,
That's
depending
why
on, they see they've done a red heart.
Former Harrier pilot and former
Because we've got
Typhoon pilot.
cloud.
But, you know,
But if it was
between
blue
6,
sky,
7
he
and
did
8
a white
making
heart.
massive
He tells them because he's on the ground.
Wonderful in
Sees
the
in
skies of
control with
Douglas.
them.
Fantastic, and
What a
that's
brilliant.
in the full display. You'd have that with height, obviously. So this is kind of at an angle, isn't
Yeah,
it?
with a rolling display, we can do the rolling heart, but on the full display, that would be stood up nice and proud. But of course, red 6 and 7, they haven't finished yet. They'll dive down once again back to their 100 feet over the sea. And actually, what looks like a very simple manoeuvre, but it's not. At the last minute, they'll go belly up to each other, turn away, and barrel roll. It's
Oh
called
my
the opposite
God,
barrel
here they
roll.
go.
But as I said, you know, they're
Right,
heading
they're
towards each
coming
other,
into
and at
each
the last
other.
minute, they'll go
There we go. This
completely
one's going to
upside
turn.
and have
There'll be
faith
one
in
coming
each
the
other
other way.
where they
We'll
both
catch
turn
them in
the
a
right
minute.
way and do the right manoeuvre. So 7 from the left, 6 from
Oh,
the right
here it
for the
comes. You just see it
opposite
there.
barrel roll.
It's coming. Oh my gosh, look at
See it
this.
a little bit.
And then they turn. Very, very difficult, seemingly. Wow. Oh, look at that.
Again, what sort of G are they pulling when they're crossing?
So
Wow.
as they roll, it's probably quite light. It's only kind of about 5G, sorry, about 3G. But then as they roll and go into the barrel roll, it's probably a little bit more, probably more about 5 or 6.
6 tons
Oh, yeah.
weight, basically.
Enid once again coming in. This time they've been drawn by 8 and 9 because it's
Oh, look at the bloody sky. Really next. There's one way over there.
And so this is very, very similar to Tornado, but a little bit more colour, and 8 and 9 a little bit
There's a
closer
wee
in.
duck flying about the place.
The
Going, what the
open
hell's
head
going on?
direction heading south across the bay.
That's a seagull.
one of the things we like to say about the Red Arrows, obviously there's 11 pilots, there's Reds 1 to 9, and there's myself
There they
Red
are.
10, and then we've got Red 11 who's the officer commanding, which is Wing Commander Collins.
Who did your job previously?
He
as well?
did my job previously, yeah, you're right, but it's one of those things that, you know, with Red Arrows it's not just about the pilots, we've got a huge
So
team
you've got
of
the Blues
140
as well.
personnel.
We have to mention the Blues.
And all the engineers and technicians, of course, they, like you say, they are called the Blues because of the colour of their coveralls. And inside those Blues there are 11 individuals who get to fly in our aircraft in between the displays where we can't take the full engineering complement, and they're known as Circus. And as I said, one of the individuals with us today is Circus, is Corporal Phil.
Oh yeah, because they got the Blue Army, isn't it? They call it.
And safety purposes.
Yeah, they're going to do another
He's on
face-to-face.
the promenade there, just opposite the marina.
So 6 and 7 once again crossing, only within 30
Perfect
metres of
roll.
each other. They both complete a 360-degree aileron roll. Pull goes the call by 6. There's 6 on the right, 7 on the left. They start to pull up. They're looking for around about 2,500 to 3,000 feet.
Look at that,
They'll be
straight
inverted
up.
on the way down, 6 degrees nose down, roll the correct way up. In a manoeuvre that was designed by Squadron Leader Bond back in, I think, 2017. This is Boomerang.
They must have so much fun doing them. Wow. Look at them here.
Did they just go across?
He's upside down.
We mentioned the Blues a moment ago, the engineering team, massively important, and the background team, it's not just about doing super great suits, that's fantastic, but for somebody looking for a career in the RAF, something like this is just fantastic.
Oh, it's great, you know, and you know, the Red Arrows, we represent every single trade
there they go, look.
and occupation that we
There,
can
there.
in the RAF. You know, we have, you know, technicians, mechanics,
Trying to get, like,
logisticians,
pictures of it too.
administrators, pilots, and then whenever we go anywhere, you know, we take medical staff and we take all that as well. So the whole machine, I try to like it to a watch, and everything's got its own little cog. One of those cogs don't work, then the whole machine doesn't work, and it really is a team effort. One of the things that the Red Arrows, even though we have a squadron crest, we're not a squadron. We don't call ourselves a squadron because we're a team. And the reason
see,
we're a
they
team
tell
is
me all
because
about it.
everything, you know, everybody is integral. Not saying that everybody's not integral on a squadron, but the fact that
Because they're not really a military team, are they?
No, they're
we are a
not.
team,
But they're all
we're
based
vitally
from military
important to the task that we're
background.
doing.
They've all been up front.
The
They've
team
all
now,
been
they just
Typhoon
come through a barrel
pilots.
roll in the sky, they kind of stay flat. They're now in tango, which means that all the pilots are now up, right the way up on the wing of Red 1, and they're all looking 90 degrees either down their left or right shoulder. It's extremely
seen
hard
this?
for them.
Wow.
Extremely hard formation for them to maintain on Red 1 as the colour
I know,
comes, as the
see
smoke
it.
comes on
coming
and finishes
now.
that whole manoeuvre that we're calling Serpent.
Got the lights.
Oh, maybe. Did see it.
That
So
way.
would the Blues also serve a 3-year tour with you?
3 or 5 generally. It's generally about 5 years for them, but it's still you know, a lot of them are serving a lot more because we don't want to get rid of that expertise. So coming in from the left now, you've got Hannah again. 6 or
Left
roll
side.
inverted. This is really difficult for 6. We talk about positive G. You'll now see he's starting to push, and they'll start to roll. He's effectively doing an
there he
inverted
is.
barrel roll. So Red 6 is inverted, he's rolling and he's pushing at the same time, which means all the blood is going into his head. So he's working extremely hard with Red 7 and 8 on 8 and 9 on his wing and Red 6 underneath, who are doing conventional barrel rolls. This is called mirror roll, but it's one of the hardest manoeuvres for Red 6 to fly because of that negative G that he's working against.
Oh, right.
And up and over Douglas Head again,
How
towards
interesting.
Marine Drive.
It's really interesting listening to this guy, isn't it? There's a lot more to it.
So as Hannah leads to the right, again coming in from the left, we've got Enid once again, the smoke's on. 2 and 3 roll go as the com from Red 1 as Reds 2 and 3 roll to round the outside. Clear go is the call, and Reds 4 and 5 roll outside. And this is one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots each year to master. It's extremely dynamic and extremely...
There you are, look at
obviously
this,
you're
look.
rolling around another aeroplane only just underneath you, and you're trying to slot on the outside of him, being completely unsighted. We call it rollbacks. It's really, really difficult. It's one of the last manoeuvres that the pilots learn during winter training.
Right, gosh.
Because they train in,
And at
isn't
what
it
stage,
like...
when you're doing the training, do you form up with small numbers of aircraft, 2, 3 aircraft, and then add to that?
So first of all, Red 1 will take Reds 2 and 3, then he'll either bolt 4 and 5 on, then he'll bolt 5 and 4 on, depending on which one he started with. He'll do the whole kind of first half, and then eventually they'll bolt, and 6, 7, 8 and 9 will work up separately, and then eventually we'll bolt the whole thing together. But that's obviously round about January, February time. We start the training in October.
That's unreal.
Well, if you look directly to the front now, you'll see 8 and 9 roll. As I said, 60th anniversary, and you'll see Reds 8 and 9 drawing manoeuvres in the sky. And as 8 rolls off, 6 will extend his red smoke and draw a nice 60 over the sky in
good.
Douglas.
Now you can claim that's for the red arrows. I'm going to take some Manx radio.
Yeah, we can claim both. Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's Manx Radio 60th.
Wow.
So, and if you're on the headland, that they won't be able to see that because they'll just see the forward of the aircraft.
For Uncle Douglas, apologies for that, but from the prom it looks
like
fantastic.
a squiggle in the sky, but for us here at Villa Marina, it looks like a 60 in the sky.
It was very good. Celebrating 60 years of the Red Arrows as a display team, also Manx Radio and Radio Caroline, by the way.
Oh yeah, Radio Caroline 60th. The prep we shouldn't. Don't talk about that. That's
that 100 feet, and they'll can carry out a move called double rolls.
Because they're based in Anglesey, aren't they?
Look at this, Duncan. Absolutely fabulous. Look at that.
Oh.
Aren't they fab?
And then if you look,
that's
through the blue
I can
and
see that. The
all
red.
the way in the distance, you can see the nose lights twinkling in the distance of Enid. They've been joined from Reds 8 and 9. The smoke come on for a Vixen break. But of course, it's always an honour and a pleasure. Douglas, Isle of Man, TT, put your hands together. It's the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrow.
Hey!
Look at that.
Oh, whoa, that's
Fabulous.
We've got some blue skies up above us, still some cloud around, but compared to what we had earlier today,
an amazing sport.
A fantastic display once again as part of
always a tradition, TT and Red Arrows, actually.
Senior race day to
It's been fantastic listening to the sky.
But still,
wow.
A couple of showers first thing tomorrow morning, then drying up,
just
clearing
heading
up,
out
brightening up and looking good.
Are they
Senior race
going?
day, full coverage, 1368 Manx Radio, the best biking station in the world.
They are
Heading
absolutely
over to
brilliant.
Boydie and the team.
That was a
Tower,
better
Radio
show.
TT at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's Muskie just doing his final talk with John Bond, Red One. Fabulous. So you just shouted to John Bond there. Happy with it?
Yeah, absolutely happy, and I give him a little score. It's a little bit of a code word that we use, and you know, it's a great display. The only thing is that it's so far off, but that's just the way it is. But sometimes, you know, that can actually work quite well in our favour. It's a nice display. It's really, and we're great that we managed to get it done, because earlier when we were looking at weather, it was like not really sure. And I know you've had a disastrous week with all the racing as well. So
we've had some
here,
fabulous racing. We've had some rubbish weather.
Right. Okay. So I mean, you know, to put on the display and for them to do some of the manoeuvres that we did today is absolutely great. And of course, you know, as I know you're aware, if anyone likes to know any more information about the RAF or Red Arrows, we're out on the internet. Just Google it, RAF Red Arrows, and you can find out all about the team. We're on Instagram. We've got our own Facebook page. I'm on the Instagram myself. I'm RAF Red 10. If they find me, they'll find all the pilots. We put out all our content all across, and if anyone has any pictures or videos, hashtag Red Arrows, and we'll pick them up and share them across social media. And of course, you can use that as a tool to then find out about the RAF and any of the young generation out there consider a trade in the RAF. And you know, there's everything to suit everybody from all backgrounds, all education levels. And you know, I didn't join up as a pilot. I wasn't a pilot when I first joined up.
You were something completely different.
I was a technician when I first joined up. I was a technician for 3 years, then I became an air crew. And after 9 years, I then became a pilot. So the opportunities are out there. You just got to seek them, go for them, and then keep persevering.
And certainly cyber and space are new things coming into the RAF in a big way. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you like your technology, IT, cyber, massive, and space, the final frontier thing is a big thing now, isn't it?
You know, we used to have air command, and now we've got space command. You know, and absolutely right. You know,
space command.
Cyber and space.
He went in as a technician.
Genre
That's unreal, and he become a pilot. There you go. It's amazing, isn't it? That was brilliant. They were superb as usual. This guy is great as well.
Clap for them.
Yes, they were brilliant as usual.
Superb, very good, excellent.
He's very keen in it as well.
The team are heading back over to Valley.
I'll go back to Valley. I'll get my Uber helicopter.
Uber helicopter. He's gone back.
We'll lift back to Valley, and then we'll chill out there for the evening, and then tomorrow we'll fly back down to Bournemouth. We'll do the Display Armed Forces Day in Portsmouth tomorrow.
Oh yeah, struggled to fit us in because of all these.
Absolutely, that's just very nice of them to turn up. Thank you very much.
They always turn. They always have a
Which is
show.
effectively our weekend during the summer season.
Bit of a break, not much, because then you're getting ready for Canada as well. Nosky, thank you very much for incoming.
Lovely guy.
Thanks to the team again.
Really nice
And a
guy,
great Red
decent
Arrows
lad.
TT 2024.
Thanks very much, Chris. It's always an honour to be here. Thank you.
Excellent,
gonna
Nosky,
head
thank you very
down,
much.
so-
They
That's it
always
from us
like
here
coming
at
here.
the Villa. We'll hand back to the studios for both 1368 and for Manx FM.
1368.
Simon, it's all yours.
13.
Of the performance this year at TT 2024 from the Red Arrows.
Really
Thanks very
joke.
much to the excuse me, the Red Arrows team and
They
Chris
were
Pearson
absolutely
down
fabulous.
at
What was
the Villa
really
Marina.
good
Like
was
I
that
said,
guy
if you
telling
want
us
to
all
share
about
it.
Pictures
That
from
was
this
so
evening
interesting.
on social media, use the hashtag Red Arrows. You can also send them through to us. We'd love to see them. You can send them over to the Manx Radio Motorsport.
I think I
Facebook page.
screenshotted them, so
You
I'll
can
have to
send them
see
via
if
WhatsApp
what
as
got out of it.
07624 166 177.
The
Make sure you
police.
start your message with TT. We'll check in with
Trying
the
to
Isle of
keep
Man
it cool.
Constabulary very shortly.
Trying to keep them all.
Plus they'll be watching it too.
There's congestion coming down from Head Road here and also around the other key pinch points around the capital this evening. But if we have any issues, we will of course bring them to you here on bestbike.com.
Beautiful house, that
Then why not come back
Right,